Get all your Star Wars figs and more at the eBay store Bounty Hunters Guild. Links in the description, check them out. What's going on, guys? Mr. Domo here, and let's talk about the Mandalorian. Let's talk about the Hasbro Star Wars, the Black Series Mandalorian action figures, because here we got 5 different versions, and these are all the versions that we have gotten over the time span of the Mandalorian airing on Disney Plus. And so here is 5 different versions. Now there were 6 releases of the Mandalorian, and I'm talking about the white box Black Series, which was the first edition that pretty much came out at the same time of this Mandalorian and this Mandalorian. But the first version, or the first edition, excuse me, of the Mandalorian, that white box edition, is pretty much the same Mandalorian right here, number 94 of the, you know, the older Black Series box. Not, you know, it's not really a figure variant. It's just a box variant, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different packaging. It's just another Target exclusive, and of course this one, the carbonized one, is another Target exclusive. But so honestly, I just wanted to get you guys' opinions, you know, like, let me know which one do you guys prefer out of all 5 of the different Mandalorians that we have received so far, because I mean, like I said, there so many that we obviously have, and I mean, obviously, like, Hasbro has definitely made their money worth, gotten their money off this, you know, Mandalorian mold and everything like that. So it's pretty crazy. But I just wanted to get your guys' opinion, like, which one did you like? For me, what I'm gonna do is kind of break it down into 2 kind of categories of the non-Beskar armor upgrade, and then of course the Beskar armor upgrade, and kind of give you my kind of which one do I like, because I do have my favorites. I will say I do have my favorites, and I gotta say, with the non-upgrade, okay, so the non-Beskar armor upgrade, I gotta say my favorite right now is this credit collection version of it, just because the colors are just absolutely gorgeous. It really reminds me, besides the splash paint that's on it, on that paint app, I mean, if it didn't have that, it really reminds me of Boba Fett's armor, because you know, his armor had a lot of, like, I mean, I'm talking about like the Kenner colors kind of type deal, but you know, you had like you know, that green, you have that yellow, you got the gray. So it really just kind of reminds me of Boba Fett's armor. Now, when it comes to the Beskar armor upgrades, they really kind of gives me a flashback of, you know, Jango Fett, because Jango Fett's armor was like that. It was a lot of, like, you know, you had a lot of metal color, like a lot of metallic silver metal to it, and of course you had some hint of blue and stuff like that. So this one really kind of, you know, really kind of reminds me of Jango Fett, and of course the credit collection really reminds me of Boba Fett. The original one, don't get me wrong, like, this is a great costume. I love the color scheme and everything like that. Like, I wouldn't be pissed, I wouldn't even be mad if you know, if the Mandalorian aired the very first time and he kind of wore this color scheme, I'd be like, damn, that's pretty hot. Like, that's a cool outfit right there. Maybe kind of toning down the green cape and everything like that, but I would think, like, that's a pretty awesome design right there. I wouldn't dig it. Now, don't get me wrong, the carbonized version is not too bad, but it's just carbonized. I don't, you know, like, it's okay. It doesn't really scream to me. I would say that the one thing that does look pretty tight is his helmet right here, because it's just, I don't know, man, this thing really pops. Everything else kind of blends in together, you know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of like, it doesn't really scream. It's just got that metallic color, and it's just, it's okay, you know what I'm saying? What I love about it, and the reason why I got it graded, was, one, it's an exclusive, which I can't wait to get this guy, get a minty one and get him graded. But I just love the carbonized boxes. I love that metallic chrome kind of gold color that you have in that box. I just love it, man. That thing is just, oh, it's so sexy. And of course you have that silver on the side and number 94. I love that. That's the reason why I got that graded, because I love the packaging on that. And of course that's an exclusive, and I think it came up, I want to say, did it come up one more time? I think it did. I think Target did sell it, or it got restocked. They sold it again, and then that's it. The first editions, they never came up. That was it. They're gone. So you're never gonna see those again. You know what I'm saying? Unless you go on eBay and they're like $500, which is ridiculous. But anywho, I gotta say, credit collection, my favorite. Now when it comes to the original, let's just say the original Mandalorian here, number 94, I would say that what I do love about this figure is, of course, the more realistic paint, obviously, that's mirrored off of the show, of course. And then, of course, the blaster right here, that gunmetal, man. I just love that gunmetal. I'm not really digging the two Beskar armor kind of upgrade pistols. They're just too chromy for me, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you know, this one, it's not too bad. It's got more grayish color for the credit collection, but if I had to like nitpick and take apart these figures, I would definitely go with this pistol right here, just because it has that nice gunmetal look to it. The rifle is not too bad looking also, you know what I'm saying? It's got a little bit more realistic feel to it. Cape is not too bad, more of a brown color for the first one, the original one. But of course, you know, with this guy right here, they lighten everything up. The rifle I'm not a big fan of. This, it's just like it got no love, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't give it no paint. It's just a straight gray plastic mold, and then they just painted the buttstock with a lighter brown, which I don't mind it, but I wish they would have done something with the actual rifle there. Pistol is not too bad, but the color scheme here looks really good, and I just love it, man. It's a pretty tight figure right there, I gotta say. But out of those three right there, when we're talking about the non-Beskar armor upgrade, this guy right here, credit collection, my favorite, man. And like I can't wait, man, to get a minty one from Bounty Hunters Guild. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be beautiful, man. Get that graded. Okay, so now going to the Beskar armor upgrade here. So we got these two right here, right? Of course, this guy right here on my right was the first one that released, was pretty much just pretty much your basic Beskar armor upgrade of the Mandalorian. Not too bad. Like I said, you know, this is too chromy for me. You know what I'm saying? The armor looks sexy. Don't get me wrong. I love the armor upgrade. The armor upgrade looks super sexy. I love it. I have no problems with that. But I feel like the pistol got too chromy here for me. I don't know. I just don't know why. It's just like they went overboard with the chrome there. The rifle doesn't look too bad. Again, they went a little bit more chrome on the rifle compared to the original one, where it still kind of maintains that original, kind of like a more realistic gunmetal you know, color to it. But like I said, man, I just feel like they went a little overboard with the chrome. You know, the cape, obviously, I love the color of this cape, which is a more gray color. And you know what? I was just talking about that, man, with the vintage collection. The Beskar armor Mandalorian on the vintage collection, the cape is completely black. And I you know, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I know the Black Series wasn't black. It's kind of like a gray color. And so there it is, man. That's what I was talking about, if you saw that video. But it is a more gray, and I kind of like that cape. I really do. Like I said, oh man, I just totally dropped him. But like I said, man, if I was gonna do the cape out of all these guys, I go with the Beskar armor one. Definitely would go with the Beskar armor one. I'm not really digging into this brown one. Love his gun though. Definitely love his gun. His rifle's a little bit better. Then we got you know, Din Djarin version of the Beskar armor upgrade. Pretty much the same figure, almost the same figure, just the whole removable helmet, and of course you got the head there, the actual, you know, head scope of you know, Din Djarin. And this thing is so tight, which, you know, it's not fun. I gotta say, man, it's not really fun to take off and take on. It's just so damn tight in there. The face paint, or the face mold, is not too bad. I feel like his nose looks a little squished there. Of course, he's missing the mustache. I don't know why they didn't do the mustache. Hair, everything looks pretty good. Face looks proportional. yeah, it looks proportional to me. The helmet is a little different though, I would have to say though, because when you look at the non-removable one and you look at the Din Djarin one, it does seem a little fatter. This one obviously is a little bit more narrow because obviously there's no face under there, you know, so they could get away with that. But this one right here is a little bit more, it just looks a little bit more pudgier. You could tell that it's not really like shaped evenly, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's like a bulge, or it's I don't know, man. It's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird. I love the head. I really love the head thing, but the helmet, removing it and everything like that, it's not fun. And then of course the helmet is a soft plastic, so you gotta kind of like be careful and not lose its shape or anything like that. But I think it looks pretty awesome. It's not, you know, it's not, for me, it's not a deal breaker, but definitely is not fun putting that thing on. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. So like I said, man, if it's gonna come down to these two versions, I gotta say I kind of like the original Beskar armor Mandalorian. This one's pretty cool, but I don't see myself, you know, taking off and putting back on that helmet. I mean, either it's like I'm gonna display him with his face, or I'm gonna display him not with his face. And you know what, I'm pretty much gonna display him with no face and just his helmet, because that's what I do with Jango Fett. That's how I have him displayed, man. I have him displayed with his helmet on. Even though I could take the helmet off, I keep the helmet on. So that's just my preference. I don't know, it's up to you guys how you guys like it. Do you like it with the, you know, showing his face, or with the helmet on? I like it with the helmet on. Now the other things obviously that we got from these two is of course the rocket pads. Pretty much the same thing. I feel like the Din Djarin rocket pack seemed a little more cheaper, just because there was like big gaps at the bottom there. It didn't seem like it was welded pretty well. I don't know, it's like almost like it was rushed. Now here is the original one, and it seems a little bit better, but you know, this I wish they would have given it a little bit more character, at least painted it or something, and not just give us like a solid plastic kind of color. So I wish they could have done more. They definitely could have done more. And in the show, it is super chromy. I mean, if you're gonna go chromy on the pistol, go chromy on the actual rocket pack, which I'm kind of interested. Like, it's interesting that they didn't do that, because in the show it's not like a dark gray color. It's actually pretty chromy, so that's pretty interesting. Now when it comes to the child, we did end up getting a version of the child that came with the Din Djarin, which is almost like a deluxe version, but it wasn't a deluxe Black Series, which is kind of crazy. Well, this one, actually no, whoops, I'm showing you the wrong one. This one right here, bam, here we go. So this is the one that came in. Beautiful figure, man. I feel like there's more paint colored, like they focused a little bit more on the paint. Obviously they didn't forget to paint the collar and the sleeves there, but this one's pretty interesting. Of course, this is kind of like a articulated figure, because the only thing you get to rotate is the hands and then a little bit on the head, so that's all you got. Now the one that I originally showed you guys, my bad, is the one that just the child itself, and this is the first version that I got, obviously the unpainted version. And of course we do get a little bit more articulation. We got the feet now, which really doesn't matter, so I could see why they decided just to give it one big mold, because it doesn't matter how you move the feet, like the child still, it's just gonna stand, you know what I'm saying, like it doesn't really matter. Of course, you know, here we have the arms. They do, you know, move around, but you got to be careful because they will come off. And then of course you have the hands rotation, and then you have a little face or the head rotation. But I gotta say, compared to the two, I gotta say, well, this one looks a lot cuter. I don't know why they gave it like a younger face. This one has a little like older face. I don't know why. This one just looks cuter. I can't believe I'm saying that. And of course, you know, they did kind of focus a little bit more on the paint on the hair there on top. This one you can see it a little bit, but they went a little bit more aggressive onto the top there. And I gotta say, man, the face looks a lot better, but this one they just kind of like gave it a little bit more cuter, kind of little chubbier cheeks than this one right here. I gotta say, this one looks a little bit more to the show on the face. So if I had to swap heads, I probably would swap heads, just because this one looks a little bit more like the show. But the paint, they really went more with the paint on this one, with the Din Djarin version of it, obviously. But overall, you know, it's not too bad. It just feels like, feels like this one's taller. I don't know why. Like this one, like this Baby Yoda gained weight, and this is the slimmer version. I don't know why. I don't know. But the paint is definitely better on this one, I gotta say. So definitely paint is better on that one. It feels like the actual child is a little bit taller, and it actually kind of looks a little taller, but they definitely focus more on the paint. This one seems a little bit more slender. I think the face on this one, just the child itself, is a little bit more closer to the show. This one's just kind of like, they just kind of made it a little bit more cuter and put more paint onto it. So I don't know, that's kind of crazy. But I mean, this is it, man. These are the, obviously, the 5 different versions of the Mandalorian, man. And I gotta say, when it comes to the non-upgrade version, bam, credit collection. I really love it. I really love it, man. Yeah, this is, I don't know, there's something about it. And of course, with these two, I love all the stuff that you got with this one, with the Din Djarin version. I love it that you got everything. You got the pram, you got the child, you know, you got the Beskar, everything like that. But I don't know, I'm not the helmet, I'm not really feeling it too much. And you know what I'm saying, like I said, like if I really had to choose how I'm gonna display it, I'm pretty much gonna display it just like this. And so I'd rather just go with this guy right here. But you know, one thing I don't like is that chromy pistol. But that's pretty much it, man. That's just my opinion. You guys let me know, which one did you like the best, and which one do you have? You know what I'm saying? Did you get any upgraded? What do you think is coming out next? I look, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a kind of like an, I don't know, some kind of special paint app for one of these guys, the Beskar armor one, because obviously these guys got all the attention. You know, we got the you know, Carbonized, and we got the credit collection. I know they're going to continue on with the credit collection. That's already been rumored. So I wonder if they're going to do a special paint app with these two. That'll be kind of interesting. That'll be kind of interesting if they do like a Boba Fett kind of color scheme. I don't know. But anywho, that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to share that. Of course, here we got all 5 different versions of the Mandalorian. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for the support, and I will definitely talk to you guys in the next video.